Today is Thursday, Parashat Bo. At the end of this week's parasha, we have the mitzvah of Tefillin. Tefillin that we put on every day, except for Shabbat and Yom Tov and festivals. And the reason for that is there are three mitzvot in the Torah that are referred to as an ot, which means a sign of a covenant. One of them is the Brit Milah, then also Shabbat and Tefillin. So now we need two witnesses to establish a strong testimony. That's how a testimony is accepted, by two witnesses. So we need two signs of that covenant. Brit Milah is always with us. We need Tefillin during the week. But when Shabbat or a festival comes, then we don't have the Tefillin on. But what is included in the Tefillin? There are two boxes. One on our arm next to our heart, and the other one is on our head. So the head is a place of intellectual soul thinking, and the arm is the symbol for action, but also next to our heart for the emotions. But what is written in those scrolls inside the boxes? So there are four passages that are included on the scrolls in both the tefillin of arm and the head. In the head, they're in four separate compartments. In the arm, they're in one compartment. And these four passages are the two first passages of Kriyat Shema, which the first one has to do with declaring Hashem as one. Hashem is Echad. Hashem Echad is the unity of unifying one is Hashem, and also the idea of Ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha, to love Hashem our God. And the second passage has to do with consequences for our actions. Taking, in other words, there are rewards for good deeds, and there are consequences for bad actions. So that these two passages are having to do with reward and punishment. The second one and the first one has to do with the love for Hashem and accepting His kingship. Then the two other passages are from the parasha of this week, describing the Exodus from Egypt. So these four passages are really foundations for our faith as Jews, is believing in one God, being committed to His kingship, realizing and having with us the thought of responsibility for our actions. There are consequences, whether you do good or bad. And then the Exodus from Egypt, when the Jewish nation was formed, and the basis also of our eternal commitment and loyalty to Hashem, which is He took us out from Egypt, and He chose us as a nation, and we committed to Him. So these four passages are next to our arm, on our arm next to our heart, and on our head, so that both our intellectual, spiritual aspects and our action and our emotions are together committed to what the ideas that are written on the scrolls and are inspired by the holy words in the scrolls that are in the Tefillin. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.